Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome to my next playthrough. That's right, we are moving on to Mario Kart 8, the final, at least for now, installments of the Mario Kart series. And I gotta say, this game is frickin' awesome. Now here's the thing, I feel like since Mario Kart DS, really the Mario Kart games have just kept improving after each installment of the game. And I think a large part of that is just because, you know, they're fine-tuning all of the mechanics, they're adding brand new courses, obviously the graphics are getting better, the sound quality is getting better, you know, all stuff of that nature. They're adding a lot more characters. You know, the game just keeps improving. Every system, every Nintendo system should have a Mario Kart game. And, well, now we're going to be playing Mario Kart 8. Honestly, this is probably the best Mario Kart game in the series. I know I have a lot of nostalgic ties to Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 64, but, you know, I'd be lying if I said this game wasn't great, because this game is incredible. It was so incredible that after this game released on the Wii U, it got a updated version. Not really an updated version, I guess kind of a definitive version of the game for the Nintendo Switch, which had basically all of the content, including DLC content, from Mario Kart 8, and it added a couple of new surprises as well, which was also kind of cool. So, yeah, gonna be playing the definitive version of the game, which is Mario Kart Deluxe on the Switch. There will be one extra video where I'll be going back to Mario Kart 8 to kind of showcase the battle mode, because the battle mode did get changed in the Deluxe version, definitely for the better, but, you know, I still think it's worth to take a look at the old battle mode, because it is kind of a unique feature, and, you know, something I don't really want to forget about either, because I personally had some fun with it. I don't know about anyone else, but I do agree that it did get better. And yeah, like much like all of the other recent Mario Kart installments, it had online. It still has a very active online. Me and my friends play this game a lot online, and it's a lot of fun. It's a game that I just have a lot of great memories with, and I'm excited to bring this playthrough to you guys as well. So let's go ahead and get started. As normal, for the first couple of weeks for this project, I'll be focusing on the Grand Prix mode. I'll be doing basically 2 cups per video, as I normally do, since, like, I'd say every cup takes about 15 minutes. And I will be essentially running through all of the cups twice. However, there is going to be something new being done here. Because as you can see, there are 5 options here, opposed to the normal 4 options. This is because Mario Kart 8, with some of the DLC packs, they actually added a 5th engine class in the form of 200cc. 200cc is very fast, it's very furious, it's a thing. It's its own beast entirely. So, for this playthrough, this is what I'm going to be doing. For the first run-throughs, I will be doing 150cc, that's the normal standard mode of speed. When we get to the second go-arounds for all the cups, I guess I'll be doing kind of a hybrid of these two, where like maybe half of them are 150 and like the other half are 200cc. Or I might feature 200cc more prominently, I don't know for sure. I haven't fully decided that. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions, please let me know. I don't want to go strictly just 200cc because I don't want to forget about mirror mode. And also, if I'm being honest, as you can see from all of the trophies, I don't have... Yeah, I don't really play 200cc a lot. And if anything, I actually kind of find 200cc kind of too fast for me. But maybe it's just because I haven't found my correct kart combinations yet. So that's something I can definitely work on as we're playing through this. But as I said, we're definitely going to be going with 150cc first, because again, this is just the standard mode of play as far as I'm concerned. Next up, we have our characters, and my god, we have a lot of characters. And we don't have just Mario characters here. Again, with the DLC packs, we actually got a couple of new characters added to the mix. We have the Inklings from Splatoon. We have Link from Legend of Zelda, and we also have Villager, Female Villager, and Isabelle from the Animal Crossing series. And in addition to that, we also have some other interesting character choices. We have Tanuki Mario, Cat Peach, and Pink Gold Peach. Okay, that's kind of weird. We also have every single one of the Koopalings, too. So, yeah, they really wanted to add a lot of characters for this game, apparently. Not that I have a problem with that, because, again, variety is good. But, again, just every single one of the Koopalings is here. Which, again, I find very, very interesting. But where's frickin' Diddy Kong? Where's Petey Piranha? There's definitely some noticeable omissions here, but whatever. It is what it is. And yeah, that's pretty much what we have for characters. I'm going to try to play as many characters as I can, but since this is a rather large roster, don't expect me to play as everyone. So just, again, keep that in mind. To start off with, let's just go with a good old Mario to start. You know, this is the first video after all. And once again, like in Mario Kart 7, you can customize your vehicle. You can customize via the kart body, the tires, and of course the hang glider for the hang glider sections. I'm not really sure of the best way to do this. You can press the start button to kind of take a look at your overall stats when you use each one of these. Let's try, you know, this is... I could just go for a standard build for this first one, just because. Also, yeah, there's some other interesting vehicle choices here. We have a 300 SL Roadster, a GLA, some very, very interesting carts here. And of course, you have all your gimmick carts as well. So. Let's just go with the standard pipe frame to kind of, you know, celebrate, you know, Mario Kart as of old. We'll just use, I guess, standard tires. And we'll just go with a standard glider too, I guess. But again, we'll definitely try to mix it up for each video. That should be fun. And yes, here are the number of cups. We don't have 8 cups this time. We have 12. 12 cups. That takes the total courses from a grand total of 32 to, it's like 48 now or something? Yeah, 48, that sounds right. So yeah, a lot of courses here. In Mario Kart 8, we just had these original 8, as you normally would have. And then for the DLC packs, they added basically 2 cups per DLC pack. So you also have the Egg Cup, the Triforce Cup, the Crossing Cup, and the Bell Cup. I wonder if this was added during the Animal Crossing DLC, and I wonder if this was added in the Link DLC. Huh, I wonder. Also, yeah, the Inkling characters, the Splatoon characters, I believe they're actually just new for the Deluxe version. I don't think they were in the original, but I could be wrong. Because, again, they obviously didn't have any Splatoon courses in here, so... Yeah, I want to say that's what they did, but again, do not quote me on that. Let's go ahead and start with Mushroom Cup, kind of just get things moving, because I know I've spent a lot of time on this intro, but again, there's a lot of stuff to discuss here. There's a lot of stuff to dissect, and a lot of stuff to just go over. So yeah, it's definitely a lot to unpack here, I guess you could say. So the first track we have for the Mushroom Cup is Mario Kart Stadium. I have to say, of all the kind of opening tracks in all of the Mario Kart games, I'd say this one is probably the best one. It just gives you a good feeling of what you're going to be basically expecting in this game. Because I haven't really touched on this aspect yet, but we haven't really... oh my god, I am not used to this kart combination. That's another thing. I'll just have to kind of get used to like all the kart combinations as we kind of go through here. But the main kind of gimmick for this game is anti-gravity. As you can see, my tires have kind of turned into... I don't know how you would define this, so I'm just going to call them anti-gravity tires. And yeah, these are just sections of the course that kind of go like in directions you would never expect. So like... tracks will now kind of go sideways, like vertically, Sometimes they can go upside down. And again, the screen will never really reflect that because, again, it's just trying to follow behind you as the racer. But again, it's just kind of a unique way to kind of customize these tracks and kind of make these tracks like almost look like incredibly cool and awesome. And Mario Kart Stadium is just a great opener to basically what this new game like wants to feature. And again, that's pretty sweet. It's a very rockin' first stage, I guess is the best way to say it. So much like any other Mario Kart game, you race a bunch of characters. You can collect items. Most of the items you've seen in past Mario Kart games are here, and there are some new additions to this game as well. There is the boomerang flower, which we probably won't see because I feel like that kind of appears like kind of in the middle of the pack. I also just avoided a blue shell, by the way. That was pretty fun. But yeah, there's a boomerang flower. Basically, it works like the boomerang flower does in Mario games, where you throw it forward, and after 3, and it'll come back to you, and after 3 tosses of the boomerang, it'll actually disappear. In fact, yeah, there it is right there. They frickin' tried to hit me with that, and I do not appreciate that. Screw you, Bowser. Or I guess that could have been further behind. I don't really know for sure. But yeah, there is the boomerang flower. Another new addition, kind of returning from Mario Kart 7, but it is technically a new item, is the Crazy 8, which is much like the Lucky 7 in Mario Kart 7. The difference is it has 8 items instead of 7s, and you get, I believe, a green shell, a red shell, a banana, a mushroom, a Starman, a blooper, a bomb, and there's something else. There's something very obvious I'm missing. I cannot think of what it is. It's not like a bullet bill or anything like that. Could it be a lightning? I don't think it's a lightning either. I don't know. You get 8 items. It's hard to memorize every single item because 8's a pretty large number. Not gonna lie. I'm also didn't want to talk about this course, but again, I'm still kind of going over new items. I'll take a break for items because we can probably see them as we're going through here. This is the second course. This is Water Park. Mostly an underwater track, but it definitely has kind of a unique kind of amusement park, water park type of theme, which is kind of cool. It's also very, very short. If anything, I wish there could have been, like, you know, a little more substance to it, I guess. But, you know, it's a fun aesthetic track to look at. Oh my god, enough with the blue shells already, seriously. Get a life, guys. Get a life. Okay, so talked about Water Kart Park a little bit. Let's talk about some other items. There's the Super Horn, which is a new item. Super Horn is pretty cool because it is the one item in this game, aside from, like, you know, using mushroom tech and, you know, other speed boosts to get out of it. It's the only way you can block a blue shell. So, you may have saw that in my item roulette there for a moment, but yeah, if you see like a red block with like a yellow, like, speaker thing, that's a Super Horn. And basically, if there's a blue shell, like, about to hit you, just use the Super Horn and you'll completely dispel it. And you can obviously do that for other items too. But yeah, the Super Horn, honestly, pretty cool item. I'm glad they actually have that. It's kind of a fun way to just kind of reject the really annoying blue shell that we've all come to hate from just Mario Kart in general. So yeah, that's the third item. There is one more item. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's the Piranha Plant. Yeah, I think Piranha Plant was new here too. So if you get a Piranha Plant, basically whenever you click on it, you have a certain number of uses or a certain number of time where you have it. You'll get a small little speed boost, and you'll also attack any players that are, like, near you. So, you know, it's part speed item and also part kind of offensive item. I guess in a way it's also kind of defensive too, because it attacks players who are near you, but it's a pretty cool item whenever you get it. So definitely try to get one of those whenever you're kind of lagging behind the pack or something. And next up we have Sweet Sweet Canyon. This course is sweet. Lots of cookies, donuts in the background. Nice gingerbread men cheering us on. It's a good time. It's a good time. Other notable item inclusions was for the deluxe version of the game. 2 items that were not in the initial Mario Kart 8 game actually came back in the deluxe version, and those items are the Boo, which, you know, allows you to steal an item for another player. Also, hey, cool, we got a super one. So yeah, Boo's back, you turn invisible, and I think invincible as well, so you can't get hit by stuff. Boo works as it normally has in other games, so there's not really a whole lot to explain there. And another item that returned, and I think it's just for the battle mode, but the feather, dating all the way back to Super Mario Kart, actually comes back too. So yeah, you can get the feather in battle mode, and it can be pretty helpful in terms of just avoiding attacks and stuff. But yeah, those are some of the notable exclusions in Mario Kart 8, but re-inclusions in this game. So those are always fun to talk about. They did get rid of a couple of items, and some items I feel like get repurposed a little bit. The Tanuki leaf from Mario Kart 7 gets removed, which, you know, I'm not too beaten up about that. I wasn't super fond of that item to begin with, but that is one that definitely gets removed in this game. Kind of a one-game wonder, much like the Thundercloud in Mario Kart Wii. Also the Mega Mushroom in Mario Kart Wii as well, since that also got removed. And the POW block, too, was also in Mario Kart Wii, and I think it also got removed. So yeah, that's basically all I need to talk about as far as items are concerned. Another thing that I should probably mention, though, is that, as you can see, we can actually use 2 items in this game. Much like Mario Kart Double Dash. So one thing you can do is you can have one item ready to use, and then have another item kind of in the background that you can use later on. It is kind of a cool feature, and, you know, if they had to bring something back from Double Dash, I'm glad it was that. But yeah, that's I think that's all I have to really say about items. Next up, gonna move on to the final track of the Mushroom Cup, which I believe is Thwomp Ruins. This course is pretty cool. Honestly, if I had to pick a favorite track from this cup, it might be this track, just because I really like the layout. Some of the shortcuts are really cool for this course. It's just a pretty unique idea. We've had ruins before. We had the Dry Ruins in Mario Kart Wii, which were kind of interesting. But, you know, here we got the Thwomp Ruins, and, you know, you'll see a lot of Thwomps. You'll see a lot of Thwomp-like enemies. You have these neat little anti-gravity sections. It's a pretty cool course. I do really enjoy this course. Let's see, other things to talk about, and again, there's a lot of stuff to discuss here. So do not be surprised if I miss something, or I just, you know, just plain forget to talk about something, because there's again a lot to unpack here. Obviously, coins are back from Mario Kart 7. Mario Kart 7 coins, if you don't remember, they basically served as one kind of not really a speed boost, but speed incrementals in Mario Kart 7, where basically the more coins you have, like the faster you'll go. They kind of work like that here too, and you also use coins to unlock stuff. Now, we won't be unlocking much, because I pretty much have everything unlocked right now, except like 1 or 2 things. So we really won't be unlocking anything with coins, but basically like every 100 or every 50 coins. There might be like higher increments at some points. You'll get like kart parts that you can use in the game. You don't have to worry about unlocking any characters this time around, although there is one technical kind of character unlock, but it's not really a new character, it's just a costume. But you can unlock a gold version of Metal Mario called Golden Mario. And I think you do that just by getting like first place in every single cup in the game, which hopefully I'll be able to do that in this playthrough, so I can show that off at the very end or something. 'Cause I don't even know if I have them unlocked yet. I might, but I don't know for 100% certainty, if I'm being quite honest. But yeah, coins are back, and they still pretty much do what they've done before. You can only get a max of 10, so if you're kind of hoping, oh my god, can I steal first place? I think I can. I mean, to be fair, they almost stole first place from me, so it's kind of poetic justice that they hit the banana that was in front of them. So there we go, we got a perfect score. You'll love to see that. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, you can only get a max of 10 coins, so you can't increase your speed beyond the 10 coins, and you can't get more than 10 coins per race to go towards your unlocking amount either, which is kind of lame, but it is what it is. That's just the way it is. So there we go, we've gotten first place. We're going to get our nice little trophy ceremony here. After seeing a brief little preview of Mario Kart TV, which just kind of takes you through some of the highlights of... I don't want to say the, like, the most exciting race or anything. I think it just, like, picks a race where, like, something significant happened, and they just kind of show little highlights. I don't think they actually have, like, a trophy ceremony this time, which I guess is kind of lame. But there it is. There's our trophy. And as you can see, we got 3 stars. This is something I really appreciate that they did this time around for this game. 3 stars is no longer based around the same formula they'd used before. Basically, if you get a perfect score, you get 3 stars. If you get 3 firsts and a second place, you get like 2 stars. If you get like 3 firsts and a third, or 2 firsts and 2 seconds, I think it's determinable by, like, you know, the points that you get for that cup. That'll be your star rank. So getting 3 stars this time around is a lot easier, because this way you know that, oh hey, if I don't get first every race, I'm not getting 3 stars. So if you don't get first, you just restart, and once you do get first on every track, you know that you're going to get it no matter what. So that's a really nice, convenient change, I think. This is probably, like, I wouldn't say it's the easiest game to get 3 stars in. It's probably a bit more difficult just because of how 200cc can be. But that's a different difficulty altogether, and probably a difficulty that I'm more okay with, as opposed to the old way of determining the 3-star ranks. So I definitely approve of that. So let's go ahead and jump into another Grand Prix. Gonna once again pick 150. Let's choose a new character here, and let's choose a character that has not been in a Mario Kart game. And I believe that character is going to be the one, the only, Baby Rosalina. That's right, Baby Roro. We're going to be using her this time. What would be a good kart for Baby Roro? Maybe not the Cat Cruiser. Is there any kind of, like, star or, like, space vehicle? I guess I could go the Blue Falcon, but no, we won't do that. Could use the Koopa Clown car. Comet. We'll use the Comet. And see, there are bikes in this game, too, much like Mario Kart Wii. But I wouldn't say the bikes are really, like, that much different from how they worked in Mario Kart Wii. Or they're not they're not the same as they were in Mario Kart Wii. You can't do like wheelies and tricks and stuff with them. But they definitely have their own kind of stats compared to the more like kart-like vehicles. And there's also some like off-road buggy type of vehicles in this game too. That's another thing they were really trying to kind of promote this time around too. So yeah, there's just a lot of things going on here. I guess we'll use slick tires. I hope that's not too bad. And as far as not really anything like space themed, I guess. Yeah, well, I guess we'll use the Cloud Glider. What's her stats look like? Not really a lot of speed, but definitely acceleration and handling are pretty good. But she's also a lightweight character, so that's kind of to be expected. I think for future videos, I probably won't go too in-depth with like choosing my vehicle. I'll just cut once I pick my combination just to make this go a little bit faster. But yeah, we're going to just go ahead and go with that setup. And again, just kind of show you how things work in general. So we're going to do the Shell Cup as well. Much like the way it worked in other games, Shell, Banana, Leaf, and Lightning Cups are retro tracks. So these are basically tracks that have been in other Mario Kart games. And you can see what games they're from by the little tags they have. So let's start with the Wii. Well, the Wii... We'll start with the Shell Cup. The first track is Moo Moo Meadows from Mario Kart Wii. That's what I'm trying to say. Now that I've figured out the words I wanted to use, let's get this moving. So yeah, here we go. Moo Moo Meadows. Let's do this, baby Roro. Out there somewhere, I know there is a guy named Snack Attack 8 who is really smiling because he freaking loves Baby Rosalina. Although I know he uses the Streetle, he doesn't use like the Comet bike, but you know, couldn't help it. Needed to give this kart a shot. Honestly, I think it's working out pretty well so far. I don't know why, I just really enjoy bikes. They just seem to move like very, very fast, and I don't know, the turning just feels right with them. It's just something I personally enjoy when using them. So one thing I should probably also go over, overall I'd say this is a pretty cool remix track. One of the things I do like about this game and how they handle the retro courses is that they definitely try to incorporate the zero gravity gimmick as much as possible. And I think that's great. I think it gives like a lot of these courses like kind of a new flavor. And it makes them, you know, in a sense, actually feel kind of different, which is nice. So, yeah, I really do like what they've done for some of these tracks. And we'll actually see another track, I think it's actually in this cup too, that I think really benefits from the inclusion of the anti-grav stuff. So we'll definitely take a look at that. Anyway, the tangent I was about to go on is I want to talk about the main stats of this game, because I didn't talk about that when we were, you know, selecting characters and whatnot. Basically, there's 6 main stats. There's speed, acceleration, handling, off-road, or traction, I think is another name for it. What's the other stats? I'm thinking weight, obviously, and mini turbo boosts. Obviously, depending on, I guess, the overall weight and size of the character, those other stats will kind of be affected by that. So, for example, characters that in general have, like, high weight will have better top speed and stuff, but they'll also have, like, less handling and, you know, less acceleration and stuff. While the lightweight characters, you know, they're more prone to having a bit lower top speed, but they make up for it in like high acceleration and handling. You know, the basic stats you'd expect from any Mario Kart game, I suppose. And we'll see definitely how each of those like types of stats kind of compare. I'll try to talk about that a bit more in the next video. But here we have Mario Circuits. This is actually from Super Circuit, the Game Boy Advance Mario Kart game. This is the track I think gets much, much better with the anti-grav stuff. Because they have like an anti-gravity section pretty close to the beginning. And I think that section's like really, really cool. It's like a nice little build-up to the rest of the track. So like, as an example, we go around this turn, we go around this turn, all of a sudden, you know, we're kind of going sideways. Maybe not sideways, but we're kind of going up into the air. And then we go back down and have a cool little hang glider section. And then just like the final few turns of the track. It's a very short track, but I think it gets improved with just that little extra excitement, like midway through the track. It's just really, really neat. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite retro courses, just because, like, I really like what they did with this. And they didn't really, like, change a whole lot to it. It's still the same very basic Mario Circuit-like track you'd see in a lot of other Mario Kart games, but just the small little tweaks just turned this really, really simple track into something else, and I really, really like that. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts on this one. Really, really cool. Also, yeah, I'm doing, like, really, really well as Baby Rosalina. Oh, shoot. You know what? Eat bomb. They may not even hit that, either. Oh, yeah, I think it exploded way before they even got there. And see, you also have, like, this little section. I believe this was also in Super Circuit, that little pit lane, which has a speed boost, so it's kind of a shortcut, I guess. Hard to really call it much of a shortcut, but still. It's a good way if you want to try to avoid some last-minute items. You can kind of take that to throw people off, I guess. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and move on to track number 3. This is Cheep Cheep Beach from Mario Kart DS. And I love this track. This track is really cool. I don't think it changes too much from its DS installment, but again, it's a case where maybe like a section or two gets kind of altered a small bit just to incorporate the anti-gravity stuff. And again, it's just, I really like this track in the original game, and I think it plays very well in this game too. Just a neat little recreation. It's always neat looking at like especially like the handheld courses that were on a handheld version of Mario Kart first. And just kind of seeing them with like better graphics and everything, a more polished look. It just looks really, really cool. Also, sweet, I actually had that red shell hit the tree and not myself, which is pretty neat. So let's go ahead and finish up this track, shall we? Or, I mean, we still have 2 laps, but let's finish it up now. Let's finish it up now. Baby Mario, what the hell are you doing up in front? I suppose this is something else worth mentioning too, but I didn't actually realize this until I did a small bit of research, like before I started recording this. But there are rivals in this game. Basically, if you're playing as a certain character, each character, with exception to like a few cases, like I don't think Link has a rival or anything, but like characters have rivals in this game. And I think that's, I think Baby Mario and Baby Luigi are Baby Rosalina's rivals. So I think in like most cases, if you play as Baby Rosalina, the AI, the best performing AI, will actually be like Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. I'll confirm that when I reach the ending of this track, because I do have the page up still. And I mean, this is on Mario Wiki, so, you know, I guess take it with a grain of salt because of how wikis are, but, you know, I do think there is some validity there, because I do know, like, as certain characters I play as, there are a lot of characters that appear normally, like, really close to the front of the action on a pretty regular basis, so there's definitely some validity there. I don't think it's as obvious as it is in, like, Super Mario Kart, where you have, like, the same lineup every single time, but, like, still. But yeah, according to this, where are the rivals? Okay, here we are. Baby Rosalina. Actually, it says her rival is Toadette. Which, I mean, she's up there, but maybe she got hit by something in the last few races, so maybe that's why she's not up front. Anyway, the last course in the Shell Cup is Toad's Turnpike. I want to say this is the... No, it's not. Never mind. Forget what I was about to say. I'm not even going to say it. But yeah, this was a track I was really interested to see in basically a remix form. Just because, like, I love Toad. Toad's one of my favorite characters. And Toad's Turnpike was a stage that I always wanted to like, but when you break it down, it's just a figure 8 with traffic the whole time. That's really all it is. I think this track gets really, really cool in this game. Like, I love the fact that they added, like, sections of anti-gravity where you don't have to worry about getting hit by cars. I love how the track is wider, so it's not like there's traffic everywhere. You can actually kind of... You have freedom to kind of move around in different lanes and stuff. I think they just really, really improved this track, which used to be just a simple figure 8. I think it looks and works a lot better. So yeah, this is a track I think definitely got improved. Honestly, the entire Shell Cup is really, really good. They did some great things with the Shell Cup. I think my least favorite track of the Shell Cup is Moo Moo Meadows, but I still think the track is good, so this is just a really, really solid set of courses for the first Remix Cup. Will I feel that way about all of them, though? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, like, I really love this course also, because it seems like whenever I play this online, like, there's a good chance I'm going to get first place if this track gets picked. I don't know why, it just always seems like whenever this track is picked, like I'm always in the front. I feel like everyone has a track like that, where if that track gets picked, you know, there's someone who's going to do very well on it. This is probably my track for this game. Wait, what'd I get hit by right there? Was that just like too steep of a ramp for like a minimized character, or a shrinking character, I guess is a better way to say it? That might be the case, I guess. Let's see, like, we're already coming to the end, and there we go. First place! I just always get first place here, I guess. So yeah, I guess Baby Mario just got lucky in a race or two and was able to get ahead of Toadette, which is how he became the rival over Toadette, but it does say Toadette's a rival, and she is there, so that's something, I guess. So what did Mario Kart TV pick as the most exciting track there? I'm going to say it's probably Mario Circuit. Yep, okay, Mario Circuit. Because I feel like that was the only track where I wasn't, like, in first place the whole time. Oh, freaking Baby Mario. Ooh. Baby Mario trying to snipe me there. But yeah, there we go. Another cup completed, and another gold trophy, and another 3-star ranking. Gotta love the feeling of that. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, I guess. This could be a very long first video because, again, there was just a lot to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we take on the Flower Cup and the Banana Cup. See you.